Desert winds generate tremendous energy in the California desert. The Palm Springs Valley is the place where tonight, from this magnificent place built by the Cabazon Band of Indians, the Fantasy Springs Resort and Casino in Indio, California, it is where Bobby D presents two great main events. Victor Ruiz from Tijuana, Mexico, taking on Timur Shailazov from Kyrgyzstan. And also fighting for the NABF female super flyweight title, Chantel Cordova takes on Patricia Alcivar. And also, Maurice Mighty Mo Hooker, the undefeated fighter from Dallas, Texas, takes on Lauro Alcantar from Agua Prieta, Sonora, Mexico. Hello, everybody. I'm Ben Ricardo, and always a pleasure to bring you the very best in boxing, and tonight should be no exception, as we have two main events planned out for you tonight. And the man that is going to do the color for me and give us all his great insights from that great legendary career, a man who has fought the likes of two of the greatest Mexican fighters of all time, Salvador Sanchez and Julio Cesar Chavez, and also the great Alexis Arguello.
And yesterday, Alcivar is very, very focused on this fight. She's very passionate about this fight. She was raised by her mother only. She wants to get this win, dedicated mom, and become the WBC champion. I think it's a tough fight.
Yes, and Chantel Cordova, on the other hand, from Pueblo West, Colorado. Her father would not train her until finally she proved herself to her father. Now her father trains her, and she's fighting for a title.
You know, her father's a very strict trainer, very strict on everything. I used to live in Colorado. I know that air is very thin. Chantel has been working very hard, running up and down stadiums. So she's got the heart of most people because there's a lot of Denver Bronco fans here.
Absolutely. Main event for Victor Ruiz, a youngster, 23 years of age. He had a great fight against Bruno Escalante, did not get the win, but this kid can crack.
Timur I spent a week with. He was telling me that he wants to win this fight. He wants to take this step up higher, only because he's got a family of two kids and a wife in Russia, does not have the money to bring him back, Benny. He's brokenhearted. He wants to do it. He wants to win in good fashion to bring his family back to the United States.
And that should be a classic. You get the puncher in Ruiz, and you're going to get the man, the stylist. Timur has a great style, great boxer. So we're set for a great night of boxing. I hope you are too, so don't go away. Stay right there. The action is about to start.
Featherweight champion, of course. Lafitte Pincay, the greatest jockey ever. He wanted to become a fighter before he became a jockey. I think it was a great move for him to become a great jockey. What weight division would he have fought in?
I'll tell you what, the way he mastered 3,000-pound horses, he could have fought as a heavyweight. He would have bullied those guys around. Our main event, fighting for the NABF female super flyweight title.
And I believe, she's a New Yorker. They're going to come out hard, come out strong, come out fast. And in New York, they got their little attitudes. Little New Yorkers, you know what I mean? They come tough. And Colorado, not many people know about us.
Just come and watch, and you'll see passion, heart, hard work, faith, everything just put into one.
Cordova versus Alcazar is going to be a tough, strong female fight.
And now making her way into the blue corner from Pueblo West, Colorado, it is Chantel Cordova.
Chantel's very prepared for this fight. She's been running up and down the stadiums and up and down the mountains of Pueblo West. Really weird. My sister is from Pueblo West, Colorado, and she knows the Chantel, the Cordova family. So she knows that this girl's ready, very passionate.
She won gold against Canada in 1998, named Athlete of the Year by the Olympic Committee that year. So a highly decorated amateur. She took 3 years off after ring announcer Jim Fitzgerald.
All right, fight fans, here we go. Bobby D presents Boxing at its Best.
You can see that Alcivar appears to be much bigger than Cordova.
Well, you can tell because of her back and whatnot, but again, she's ready. Great poise, great jab, taking the jab and going right at her.
And right off the bat, what Alcivar is trying to go ahead and establish is that length, that ideal length for her punches to go ahead and land from. And in the part of Cordova, on the other hand, her father's been working very hard to get her to move laterally. And Ruben, if you can explain that technique.
Well, you've got to move side to side, Benny, when you're fighting. You can't come straight back, and I've noticed that right out of the gate. She's coming straight back, and she's getting tagged with some shots. But lateral, you got to move side to side, move your head, and get out of the way.
And we touched briefly about the fact that these rounds are 2-minute rounds. It would be interesting to do a little study on when the knockouts come. Do they come after 2 minutes or before that?
Well, you know, I had 82 professional fights, and I had a few knockouts. A lot of them are early, and again, you know, who knows? A lot of them are at the end. When you're fighting a 3-minute round fight, you start going after that body, you start to wear them down. You know, that's a very good question, Benny.
Stop.
And right here, Cordova and Alcivar are not much of a feeling out round there. They're coming at each other right off the bat. Alcivar trying to pop that jab and trying to work behind that.
ladies, work
On the
out
other
of it.
hand, Cordova appears to be the quicker of the two fighters in terms of hand speed, and that's something she's going to try to go ahead and use this particular fight to go ahead and get that win, fighting for the NABF Super Flyweight title.
Time.
And round number 1 is in the books, and we are ready for round number 2 for this NABF Female Super Flyweight title fight. Your combatants in the ring, Chantel Gorgeous Bay Cordova, and she is wearing the teal and black, taking on Patricia Alcivar in the white and the blue. And Ruben, how did you score that first round?
Well, I thought it was pretty even fight, basically. But Patty had the edge, I think, Benny. She's throwing that jab. You know, she's working good to the body, but keeping that jab in Chantel's face. And it's very important when you do box to keep a jab out in the face of your opponent.
And I, too, scored it for Patricia. And, again, 3 judges scoring on a 10-point must system, so they have different angles, and boxing is subjective. So, therefore, Ruben and I are bound to disagree on some of those. But, that again, that's what makes boxing an interesting thing. And it's the only sport I know where you don't know the outcome of the game, even after it's already been played.
I'll tell you, Howard Cosell said it best. There's nothing more subjective in boxing in sports is to score a fight, and that is so true.
Now, the quicker-handed fighter is Cordova, but Ruben, she seems like she gets hit when she steps back.
See that right hand? She's throwing that right hand very effectively. But you know, she can't be doing this at the end of each round. She's got to start with that right hand, throwing that right hand, and keeping her balance, keeping her distance from Patty Cordova. I'm sorry, from Patty.
Work, ladies, work.
Alcivar's doing a great job of flicking that jab
Stop.
constantly
Step back.
towards that left eye of Cordova. We'll see
No. Stop.
how that plays itself out.
Like I said, Patty's got that good jab. And as you had pointed earlier, is that she's got to use that movement in her head. Bob and weave, go side to side.
Now, you watch the way she extends her arm. I'm talking about
Stop with the
Alcivar
bell, ladies.
in the blue and the white. But you watch how she extends it, but then when she goes to unload, it's almost like she gets too close. She doesn't create that angle.
You know, she's just smothering her shots, and that's what you can't do when you're doing a fight, or you're in the middle of a title fight.
And what's a fight without the ring card girls? And of course, the ring card girls do serve a purpose. In fact, you know it's a great fight when the fighter on his face has more stitches than the ring card girls got in her outfit. That's when you know it's a great fight. As we see Chantel Cordova and Ruben take us to what she's doing in this fight.
I know that's
She's
your
doing
style.
very
You
well.
gotta be
Chantel's
careful
been
with
throwing
that
that right hand. As you can see, that right hand that lands on the chin.